Right then, it's a quick walk around video for a fabulous CRV. This is a 2-litre EX automatic, so it's the top of the range car. 2012, one of the very last of this shape actually. Car's covered just 46,000 miles. It's in beautiful condition. Finished in red, which always looks lovely on these top of the range cars because you've got the black roof and privacy glass to sort of break it all up. But it's in fantastic condition. Front of the car, lights and lenses, clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation. Bonnet very clean. Any stone chips are very minor indeed. Near side of the car, absolutely smooth in the panel work. Can't see any indentations there at all. Near side front alloy for a 12-year-old car's in very nice condition. Just a bit of curbing and obviously a bit of pickling, which you naturally can expect on this age, but far better than you ordinarily see. Near side rear alloy, fabulous condition. Obviously the near side front is the one that takes all of the bashing, so that's the one that suffers most. Back around the back. Again, very clean, so the wind's just suddenly picked up nowhere, so I hope you can hear me okay. Offside, again, lovely and smooth in the panels. Side rear alloy, again, very, very good indeed. Panel work. It's absolutely lovely. Alloy, really, really nice. So externally, bar the odd minor age-related mark, you're talking about one of the very nicest you're going to see. Coming to the back of the car, absolutely cavernous boots, and what's lovely to see is it's got all its complement of equipment in here. Tonneau middle shelf, which by the way, if you turn it upside down, which I recommend, it slots very nicely into a little recessed area in the bottom there, so you don't need to take up the whole boot space. It's coming into the back, full black leather interior, which again, for a car this age, is normally very heavily used, yet this one has been kept absolutely beautifully. Come to the front and the passenger side, again, lovely and clean. Full set of original Honda mats in the car. Passenger seat being given hardly any use at all. Finally on the front, door card again, really lovely condition. Same with the footwell areas there. Driver's seat, again for a car 12 years old, in miraculous condition really. Inside the car now, as always I have the engine running for this section, so the dashboard's illuminated. And again, it's super condition. Sat nav, you can see, working exactly as it should. Just pop the car in reverse, you've got the rear parking camera, which complements the front and rear parking sensors on this vehicle. Carry on down, just say it's been kept absolutely beautifully. Finally up to the dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 46,200 exactly on the clock, and there are no warning lights at all on the vehicle. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video. And this is for a Honda, sorry, just turn the parking sensors on, for a Honda Civic 2-litre EX automatic. Car's registered SV12YMW, and the mileage is just 46,200 miles. The reason we do these videos, as I always say, is because we want to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of the cars we're advertising, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. Unfortunately, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs and a description, but only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So that is in essence why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative, of what you'd feel yourself if you go on a test drive. So coming to the car with such a low mileage and such a lovely history, you'd expect it to drive nicely, and it does. Engine starts instantly and settles to smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge running at third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on one of these Honda cars. Honda's 4-cylinder engines are astonishingly good. Tough, reliable, long-lasting, cam chain driven, no cam belts to worry about, but more than that, they're just a lovely unit to use day in, day out. It's quiet, smooth, flexible, and when it does need to rev, it does it with a mechanical sophistication you get from being the world's biggest engine builder. Engine then feeds through into the automatic gearbox, which, like the engine, has a reputation for being incredibly tough and long lasting. On the move, the gear changes are lovely and smooth. Ratios selected by Honda to maximise the best out of the engine in terms of both fuel economy and performance, so sort of compromise between the two. Notwithstanding reputation, as I always say in all my videos, automatics, when you are driving them, used ones, make sure when you select drive or reverse from stationary, there's no sort of clunks or great thuds as they engage, and the gear changes on the move should be smooth in every single way. This one is exactly as you'd expect it to be. Just going to let this chap get forward a little bit further. Goes around the village lots and lots. It must be incredibly fit. Yeah, the gearbox absolutely spot on. Then coming to the steering and chassis of the car, Honda been doing this type of car for longer than most actually, but right from the outset their design was that the car should drive like a car, not like a commercial vehicle, as so many did and still do to some degree. The steering and the chassis is all what it's all about. The steering's beautifully weighted. It's got a heft to it. It makes the car feel really lovely and solid on the road. Never feels nervous. It's accurate and precise. This car is not meant to be a sporty car, no matter what some road testers seem to think they should be. But the steering is beautifully dialed into the chassis. They work together fantastically well. So when you go through corners, the car really flows really nicely. The suspension keeps body roll in check, unless you're driving like an utter lunatic, where you will get lots of body roll. For most people, it's minimal, and it's really well controlled, so you don't get lots of secondary motions, which, particularly rear seat passengers can be green very quickly in some sort of overly softly sprung cars. But it gives this wonderful ride. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed, or any speed up to the legal limit actually. Also worth pointing out, absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle. The whole car feels just absolutely tight as a drum. Brakes, nice solid brake pedal. What I'm looking for is when you initially hit the brakes, any sort of pulsing or vibrations, and there's absolutely nothing at all. So all in very good order there. The car, by the way, hopefully tomorrow will be heading off for an MOT, which is done independently of us, so we have no input in that whatsoever. Then coming inside the car, I know it's only low mileage, but the reality is that pretty much all like this. Build quality is superb on these vehicles. No squeaks, no rattles. Honda designed the car for family use, so they've gone for sort of materials that are robust, that aren't overly easily marked, and they've done a brilliant job. It's easy to clean, easy to wipe down, because it's very easy to give it kind of a luxury interior with lots of squidgy plastics, but they scag very easily, and Honda want the car to look good now, 12 years down the line, where so many of those others can look very, very tired indeed inside. And this has been kept in superb condition for its age, absolutely superb condition, and all working. Electric blind over the panoramic roof, forward and back perfectly. Sat nav, as you can see, working absolutely perfectly there. Dual zone climate control system, which gives you the option to have different temperatures, or slightly, from side to side, cabin passenger to driver. That pumps out lovely cold air, by the way. We checked in a nice warm workshop, all functioning perfectly there as well. Likewise, parking sensors working exactly as they should. Heated seats again, and then dash binnacle in front. I love this generation of Honda. I wish they still do it actually. There's such beautiful detailing on their dials, minimalist in terms of information, but imparted instantly. It's absolutely brilliant. On the move, you've got this brilliant visibility all around the car, which makes the car feel so confident on the road. But this car's been kept in really lovely condition. It's been cherished. pushed, as much as you can for this type of car, in all honesty. It is a four-wheel drive car, but if you look around the car, you'll hunt in vain for a button that makes it activate or leave or anything like that, because again, when they designed the car originally, they did it in the knowledge that the car would be driven by people who'd be doing what I am right now. I don't need four-wheel drive on, and for 99.9% of the time that's the case for most people. So having permanent four-wheel drive is a kind of a waste of energy and other things. So what happens is it runs in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, the most efficient way to pull a car along. And it's genius, because if, let's say, you pulled away on a bit of snow or ice or mud, the front wheels start to lose grip, but before you could humanly react, via the traction control system of the car, it automatically brings in the rear wheels seamlessly to give you four-wheel drive, and it's brilliantly effective, absolutely brilliantly effective. The advantages of it are very simple. You're going to get through less fuel, less tyres, tyre wear, and it puts far less mechanical stress to the vehicle, which means that they're incredibly reliable as a four-wheel drive system. I genuinely, having sold thousands over more than 2 decades, I cannot remember putting a spanner on one that's gone wrong. So it's a robust system indeed. Said at the start of the video, it's only here to show you the car operating rather. Drives absolutely perfectly.